Welcome back to the Crochet Credits. Hello, my friends at yarnspirations.com. I'm your host, Mikey. Today we're going to do flowers in a row blanket. This is using the flower stitch, and you can see that there's leaves and then a flower, and then there's 4 rows of just single crochet back and forth, and then more, and it keeps just lining up just like this. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you the information. There are some corrections that need to be made on this pattern, so I will show you the correct way of doing things, even though it may not be written properly at this time. And what we have is a simple little border that's afterward. This is an older pattern, and so it does show you like little eyelets and stuff, but the stitch counts matter in order to get that. So what I'm going to do is really primarily focus on the flower stitch. Now when you're looking at the flower stitch, you will see that it will look like this. And so we're going to be focusing on clusters, and the clusters naturally sink down, and so you'll have this, but on the wrong side of this, you'll notice that the flowers kind of pop up on the other side. So depending on how you want to display it is up to you. The other stitch that I will have another tutorial for is actually using the tulip stitch instead. Very three-dimensional, and it really shows the big bulbs of tulips, as you can see. So in comparison to the one versus the other, you can decide. This one will use up more yarn. How much more? I don't know that answer. So today I'm going to focus on the flowers in a row crochet blanket, and then show you the flower stitch that's involved. Let's begin. So let's go and look at this. You can see in the video information a link to this free pattern if you wish. And then it is using 2 sizes of crochet hooks, and the bigger hook is 6 millimeters size J. And then there's a 5.5 millimeter size I that's used in the border if you decide to do that. So it's going to say in the pattern chain 169. It's actually 168, so just ignore that on the pattern. And if you want to change the size of this, it's in multiples of 3. So go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and stop when you think you're happy with the width of it, and therefore you can do that as well. So either chain 168 or a multiple of 3. Once you have your chain done, I only have 18 here, which is a multiple of 3. We're going to start row number 1, and you're just going to go and turn it and get the back hump of the chain. If you don't wish to do the back hump in the regular stitch, you can decide to do that. Second chain from the hook, no matter how you do it, is going to be a single crochet, and you'll single crochet with this color all the way across for row number 1. Coming across my row, I'm done, and I want to exit this color, so just get rid of it. I've been on the computer too much today. And I'm just going to finish it off like this. I'll weave in the tails later if you were doing a real blanket. So I'm going to turn my work, and we're going to get ready with the leaf color of your plant next. So row number 2 is going to start with the color of the leaves, green. If you decide to have purple leaves, who cares, right? It's your creativity. And you're going to go into the very first stitch, and you're going to attach. And I need you to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. That'll count as a double crochet. Throw the straggler to the outside. You'll need to weave that in later. You're going to skip the next one, and you're going to put a V stitch in the next one after that. And a V stitch is going to be 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. And then this is the repeat going all the way across. Skip 2, and in the third one, do a V stitch. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So please do this all the way across, and I will see you close to the end of the row. This is row number 2. When you get all the way across, after skipping 2, you're going to come in and you'll still do your V stitch, and there should only be 2 stitches left after the end of this one, which in this case is right because it's a multiple of 3. So skipping the next one, you just double crochet into the last stitch, and you're going to get rid of this color, and this will be your leaves, and just trim. You can weave in your ends later. Let's move on to our row number 3. The sky's the limit on colors. Row number 3 I'm about to show you is different from the way that it's written in the pattern. Okay, so the way it's written in the pattern currently at the time of filming is that you're going to be eliminating stitches by accident, but it will be corrected. So come into the very first stitch, and you're going to attach. I need you to chain 4. That's different from the way the pattern's written. So chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. In the chain 1 that's in between the V stitch, just like you see, that's where you're going to play this whole time, and you're going to do a cluster. And the cluster is going to be yarn over, going into the chain space, pull through 2, and hold. Do another one, to wrap and pull through 2, and hold. You're going to keep collecting these stitches as you have. So you don't want to ever finish the stitch. So yarn over, going in, pull through 2 and hold. Once you can count 4 loops, you're done. So yarn over, pull through everything, and that is your flower right there. To move on to the next flower, you have to chain 2 and then go into the next one. So yarn over and in, pull through 2 and hold. And do that again and again. And how many loops do you need to see? 4. So pull through all 4, yarn over, pull through all 4, chain 2, and move along. So I need you to do this all the way across, and I'll see you at the end of the row in just a few seconds from now. Once you get close to the end of the row, the last V stitch is also going to have a cluster, which is your top of your flower. Pull through once you see 4, chain only 1 this time, and in the turning chain, apply 1 double crochet in. So the chain 1 after that cluster is not in the written instruction at the time of filming. So it looks like it's buckling in, but it'll square out in just a few seconds. Let's get rid of this yarn here, and we're going to go back to the white for 4 rows of individual single crochets. Let's do that next. So there's going to be 4 rows of white. The first row is important because we have like the clusters to work with first. You're going to attach in the top of the last double crochet. Just attach, chain 1, and single crochet into the same one. So that's 1 stitch. This is a chain 1 space. This is not indicated in the pattern. This is me telling you. So you're going to single crochet right into that first space before the first flower starts. The remaining all the way across until you get to the end is that you're going to put 1 in the flower, so right at the top. And then the next 2 are in this chain 2 here. So there's 2 single crochets in that chain 2. Okay, so there's going to be 1 in the top and 2 in the chain 2. And you're going to do this all the way across. It'll just take you not a lot of time because it's pretty quick. Even on a longer sample, it won't take you too long. So the deal is that because I'm having you improvise with the corrections, once you do your last top of the flower, there's 1 chain 1 space you cannot really see, but it's there. So you'll put 1 single crochet in the chain space and then 1 into the turning chain. And let's turn our work and do the next 3 rows. Rows number 5, 6, and 7 are all the same. Just chain up 1 and apply 1 single crochet in each of the stitches all the way. And on the very last row, number 7, you're going to change the color back, and you'll start doing another set of leaves and then another set of flowers after that. So there's essentially just 4 rows of single crochets that separate these out. So please do this, and I'll be back in just a few seconds. So do rows number 5, 6, and 7. I'll be right back. So let's go through the repeating. We've already just completed now 1 set of flowers and then 4 rows of white. You'll do this again, but this time when you do it, you'll change the flower color to something different. So the flower color will be different, but it's the same instruction. And then you're going to repeat it again with this same flower coloring. So this will take you to the end of row number 13. So it says then in the pattern, repeat rows number 2 through 13 until the blanket measures about 62 inches from the very edge all the way to the top. So if you don't want to have different flower colors, you can have it all the same, but it will change your yarn quantities. Let's quickly talk about the border. I'm not going to demonstrate that today. To do the border, it's actually pretty simple, and I'm just going to explain it to you instead. So what you're going to do is you're going to attach the right side. Okay, so the right side's facing up, and you're going to attach to the corner, and you have to evenly space an odd number of single crochet across the top. When you turn the corner, you're going to put in 3 single crochets, and you're going to put an odd number of single crochets down the side, and the very last one here, there will be 3 single crochets in there, and then again an odd number going across, and then 3, and then an odd number going up. If you don't hit that odd number, what's going to happen then in round number 4, it won't line up for you. Rounds number 2 and 3 is just going to be 1 single crochet in each of the stitches, except for the corner stitch. The middle one is going to have 3 single crochets into the same corner. So rounds number 2 and 3 will have that. In round number 4, you were going to go and you want to be able to get yourself to have everything in alignment. So you're going to chain 4, and you were going to skip the first single crochet after that. Then you're going to, and the chain 4 counts as 1 double crochet and a chain 1. You double crochet into the next stitch after you skip 1, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and then you're going to come all the way around. So you're going to do this until you get to the corner, and in the corners you have to do 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, a total of 3 times, and then once you're done that, then you can continue to go down the other side. So you just have to remember that you're skipping a stitch in between the side when you're going down the sides. And so you'll be putting a double crochet and a chain 1. It's chain 1, and you're going to slip stitch, chain 2, and double crochet all in the next space, and you keep doing that. So the spaces of the chain 1s that were created in round number 4 are all going to be a slip stitch, chain 2, and double crochet, and it'll have a nice kind of a ruffled edge, and you're going to do that all the way around. You don't need to worry about corners, you're just going to follow it in sequence, and that will be the end of the story. So hopefully that makes sense, and this is a really neat concept. And again, I think a lot of people will improvise the border, so that's something that you can decide to do for yourself. We hope you enjoy.